I am Nina Schneider, a CS502 instructor and psychologist here at SNHU, and I just wanted to take the time to welcome you to graduate school. In this brief video, I'm going to quickly go over who I am, help you have an understanding of what expectations are in graduate school, and also go over some resources to help you be successful. So in general, online programs are a little bit hard because you don't get to know your professor quite as well. So my name is Nina. You can either call me by Dr. Schneider, instructor, or Professor Schneider. And I've been an instructor here since 2014. In addition to working with SNHU, I full-time work at the VA clinic here in Savannah, Georgia. And I also do some research with the Medical University of South Carolina through the Charleston VA. When it comes to graduate school, expectations have changed a little bit from undergraduate school. You're going to find that it is a heavier workload. At minimum, I would really strongly suggest that you set aside about 10 hours a week. I do not suggest that you make those 10 hours all on a Saturday or Sunday, but rather a couple of hours every single day with maybe a couple heavier or more hours on the weekends. You'll find that the topics are a great deal more, and you go into a lot more depth on each of those topics than you would in undergraduate. The content is more difficult, and the expectation is a B is standard and an A is exceptional. The additional change from undergraduate is that graduate students are expected to be quite a bit more independent. That means it is up to you to seek out help from an instructor. The instructors typically will not give you the answers, but rather instruct you on how to find or connect with resources in order to figure out what the answers are. It is quite a bit more challenging in this way, and some students really struggle with that difference. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure that you know that we're not going to necessarily be there in the same way that your undergraduate professors will be. Definitely reach out though. The best thing to do with your instructors is to communicate. Maybe even send them a hello in the very beginning to say, hey, this is who I am, this is my situation, I am really interested in being successful, please tell me how. You can never ask enough questions. There are no dumb questions, I promise you. That fear of having a dumb question will hold you back, and nobody's a better advocate for you than you. If you think that I haven't graded something correctly, challenge me. I love it when I'm wrong, and I love to give points. And unfortunately, there are times when I am incorrect. So please, you tell me when or argue your point. It's incredibly beneficial for you and for me that you do that. The other thing that I really want to encourage you to do is practice time management from the beginning. Plan ahead. Really devote things and time and effort to doing well in this class. I can tell you milestone 1 is probably the most important assignment in week 2 for this whole entire class. If you put the time and effort in to do a good milestone 1 paper, you will be more successful in this class. Really take advantage of the resources that you have here. The announcements that I put in the class are meant to give you a good idea of what the resources can be utilized for that week. And make sure that you read them, review them, click on the links if you can at the very beginning of the week, and that will help you. There's a wonderful learning community that you can be a part of that's kind of a Facebook for just SNHU classes. Your advisors are amazing. I've spent many times talking to them, and your advisors are great advocates for you, but also great resources. The online writing center can be really helpful for you in this class as well. They have videos on how to do APA formatting, how to look for resources on the online library. They also will review your paper and give you feedback. And then, of course, I'm also a resource. If you have any difficulty, please let me know, and I'll be happy to send you in the right direction. And a couple of time management tips I wanted to wrap up before I end this video today. Please review final paper. Final paper is a combination between milestones 1, 2, and 3, and each of those milestones are about 2 weeks apart. That means that you should be working for about 2 weeks on each of these papers to really get a nice paper submitted to me. Review your Turnitin reports. I will send you back feedback and Turnitin. Additionally, before you even submit to me, you can look at whether or not your parts of your paper are too similar to the original paper, that plagiarism fear. Take time for the discussion boards. Those are great places to connect with other students and me. And for the time management part, almost treat this as a brick and mortar class where you have to be somewhere for a dedicated 4 to 5 hours a week. That way you can set that time aside on a weekly basis. Make sure that you have the time to devote to this class as you really need it. And contact me. Let me know when things are tough. I can work with you, especially given the COVID-19 issues. There are so many different things and so many things are changing and life is different. Our normal has absolutely changed, mine included. Please let me know what you're struggling with and reach out, and I'll be happy to work with you. Welcome to the class. I'm excited for you to have a great term, and I'll be seeing you on the discussion boards.